let's start with value add investing today. At its core, this is about buying properties that aren't operating at their full potential and creating value through improvements, a better engagement, or a different strategy. I think it's one of the most common ways that investors force appreciation instead of waiting on the market. And I'd love to hear how you guys define value add and maybe share an example of a deal where you were significantly able to increase cash flow or equity.
You know what? Let me jump in really quickly. I remember the very first RIA that I went to, they were talking about value add investing. And I grew up doing real estate, but I never heard it before. And so lots of people that listen to this channel, they are new into real estate. And when you've been here for a long time, like these things just you say it and we already know what it means. But there are people that have no idea. So my mind was completely blown. I went into this real estate investment or RIA, and the guy got up and he talked about value add investing, how he bought this. It was a long time ago. I don't remember. I think it was a small apartment complex, and there was 1 meter that went to the whole entire building. So he went out in there and he literally separated the meters, and then he was able to now give every person in the building their own meter and their own utility bill. So
Mhm.
overnight, one night, the first night he was paying for all the utilities in the whole entire building. And then the very next day, like he lost that bill and it went right onto the tenants. And so like, I don't know, there's lots of different ways, but that was the first story that came to my mind that just completely blew my world when I heard that.
Yeah, I think my mind went to co-living. If you are acquiring a turnkey pad split or a co-living property, maybe the numbers don't look great when you acquire it. But it's set up for success. It's got, enough rooms, ideally for it to cash flow, given the average room rates in the area. It may just be an operations tweak, managing the property. There is an element of hospitality that comes with co-living that I think some don't realize initially. So if you're able to come in and manage the property better than the person you bought it from, that could be, the difference maker with the cash flow.
Oh,
Yeah,
are
that's
you
a good
kidding
point,
me?
Audrey.
Very
What
much
are
of the
what are a few
spectrum.
things that yeah.
Not
Sorry,
everybody
one at
all
a
at
time.
once.
We all have to say something.
I mean,
Get
or
off
or
my
or
back.
adding rooms, right? Like so, Audrey mentioned
Hmm.
just the turnkey pad splits, right? So like another example that I initially thought of was like our property on Cranberry in Florida, right? So like we bought the property. It was a 5 bed, 2 bath, right? We added 5 more bedrooms, 1 more bath, and now we have more tenants in the property, and it's generating more cash flow, right? So like
Hmm.
we got the property, put more rooms in it, basically got more tenants in there, generating more
Yep.
cash flow, right?
And really, like, well, LD might have a different opinion, but like, it wasn't a huge, heavy lift, I think, to get that one up off the ground either. It was like, we had a budget, went in, added some walls, and live and up and running in, I think, less than 45 days.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
We
go
always we
ahead.
always think of co-living, obviously, because we do co-living, right? What are some things like in co-living? There's a couple things that we do, like adding a little mini fridge to the room. Like you mentioned
Hmm.
hospitality, making it like a better experience for the people living there. I think
Raise the rents.
of yeah, I think
Yeah.
of, there's not really common spaces, so putting a TV in each room, little mini
Yeah.
fridge, just kind of make it more comfortable. Are there any other couple things that come to mind and just make the
Yeah, I
experience
think
better?
definitely staging the rooms and focusing on the actual bedrooms with furnishings and, however you're setting up the basics, the members bring what they need, and you want to give them the ability to kind of make it their own. But also, it's small things like answering maintenance tickets within 24 hours, responding to messages, having a cleaner go over once a month. Like, these seem like really basic things, but I think that's where investors drop the ball because they want to, save a little money. But those things go a long way with tenant tenure, which is key in
So
co-living.
So we don't go over time on this one. I just want to ask one question, and whoever wants to run with it, great. But what is the absolute best value add in real estate, bar none?
It's new construction. The margins. And I ran it through chat to confirm it is under the umbrella of value add because you're adding value to the land. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, the best deals that we've done, they are new construction. Like a lot of the co-living deals, by the time people buy them, convert them, not all, but a lot of them, they're upside down in equity. And we're able to still pull it off with a little bit of margin left in the bone. And anyway, that's what I think. Because then just to build on top of it, I was looking at the commercial appraisal on one of the 1010s that we recently got. Like it's 140 pages. And I was finally looked at it, and part of the because we're giving everyone these bathrooms, adding more value to the land, more density, they did use income for like a third of the equation. Actually, that part of the appraisal was 650, even
Oh,
though
wow.
the official appraisal was 635.
All right. Thank you, Dustin.